Okay, everybody, this is the long anticipated video of my new XLR 1200 Harley Sportster slash street tracker. Started out with a 2006 1200 Sportster Low XL 1200L. And believe me, when I got it, it looked like a chubby chick had been riding around on it. It had extended forks. It had chop shocks in the back. It had forward control foot pegs. A big fat ass seat. It had roll bars. It even had saddle bags. Now for me, I rode around on it once like that, and I couldn't stand it. It was just awful, especially the foot pegs being where they are. I'm used to riding the DR or dirt bikes or more dual sport, so when I ride this thing, it's very dirt bike like. You can throw it into the corners pretty hard, not real hard. And you can see there they've got those little foot peg scrape things. Well, I don't know how long those are going to last, but they do let you know when you're leaning too far. So, just to tell you the quick story about how this bike came about, I guess it was about 1972, my brother and I went to see On Any Sunday at the movie theater, and after a long discussion we both agreed it was probably the coolest motorcycle on the planet, that XR 750 they were showing racing on that mile course. And we also agreed that it would have to be one of the coolest legal street bikes in the world. If you could get an XR 750 and get it legalized, that would be a hell of a bike. Well, it's not very easy to get one of those legalized, and just to get yourself a stock XR in any condition will probably run you 20 to 30 grand. So that's not likely to happen. So pretty much every year since then I've been thinking about getting a XR and riding it on the street, but I never could. Never thought it would ever happen. So I did a few XS 650 street trackers, and they came out very nice, and they were a lot of fun to ride, and everybody liked them that saw them. And so I finally decided to do it with a 1200, and this is much more fun to ride, I guarantee you. Much more addictive. When you get home you want more. In Oregon it's required that you have turn signals and a front fender, so I got some really small turn signals over there at Cycle Gear, and I chopped the front fender. How do you like that? It's even got a tire tread on it. It's supposed to look like it's not there. Get it? So what I did was I got the seat pan and the fender from Hot Glass there in Florida. I bought stuff from him before. He's pretty cool. I bought the headlight from Phil Little Racing. And Phil Little used to own Omar's flat track racing parts, but he's got his own Phil Little Racing now. And I bought the paint and painted it myself. Probably the most expensive thing on it was $300 for the paint and supplies. And I'll be damned if I didn't have the worst time with it too. I've painted several bikes, and this one I had a problem at every step. And maybe that's because I bought such highly, perfecto paint that just is too hard to work with for the regular guy. So anyway, the number plates are mainly there. I'll show you. Sorry about moving the camera so much. This was a low, and the seat was about down here. So a proper street tracker, in my opinion, should have kind of a straight line between the gas tank and the rear fender, because that's how XRs used to look. And to do that, it created a huge gap between the seat and down here, because the frame on a Sportster comes down like this. You can see here, these are the these used to stick out like this, and that's what holds the fender on normal Sportster. So that was the only chopping I did on it. But number plates, a buddy of mine is a sheet metal guy, and he built these for backers, and it really worked out good. They look good because I painted them dark, flat, or it's like they're not even there. And all the chrome is a little overkill, but I don't mind. A cool looking bike. Everywhere I go people freak. I mean, they just don't know what to say, and especially if they're into Harleys. There's a Harley club not near my place, and I've gone by there a few times, and it's so funny to see those people's faces. They don't know whether to try to look tough or confused. Yeah. But that was my plan there, XLR Harley Davidson 1200. It kind of looks like what it says on an XR, so pretty slick. I'm running regular tires. On a street tracker, one of the things you can do is get a bigger back rim, same size as the front rim, to make it look more authentic, but it messes with your gearing, and frankly it's a very expensive upgrade. You're looking at about $500 right there, something like that. So that's about it. In part 2 of this video, you're going to be seeing me riding back, or part 3 I guess it will be, and I want to just for the record tell you that I'm not going to get over probably 55 or 60 miles an hour the whole way. So, you know, cameras can be deceiving. They can make you look like you're going a lot faster than you thought, but just wanted to put that on the record. Probably not going to be going more than about 60 miles an hour, just for the record. Oh yeah, and I got these handlebars from Eastside Cycles or someplace like that. They were like $100, but they're really swept back. Got that beach cruiser look, and flat track bikes always have those. And they do make it a lot more comfortable when you're sitting on this thing. I don't have any pictures of me sitting on it, but believe me, compared to the way it was set up when I got it, jeez, it was horrible. Especially those forward controls, man, oh man. I don't see how anybody can ride like that, but I've always ridden dirt bikes, you know, and performance bikes, so I hope I wasn't standing too close with the camera. Give you a couple more looks at it from an angle. A lot of people really like the looks of this bike, even though they don't know what they're looking at. I had one guy come up and he said, hey dude, I want to tell you something, and I thought he was telling me to get off his property or something, because I do go in the dirt once in a while. Shouldn't, with all that chrome. He drives up and he goes, that's got to be the best looking bike I've seen in my entire fucking life. And I go, oh really? He goes, yeah, I used to race Nortons on flat track. And I said, oh, so you get it. You know, it's like he got what the street tracker thing was all about. And he goes, hell yeah, I get it. That is fucking awesome. He just loved it. So anyway, that's video 2. Video 3, I'll just show you me going through some of the corners. I wish I had somebody with me who could film me coming through the corners, because that would be much more interesting. But I'm out here on Highway 12, or 212 I think, south of Estacada. Not too far that way is Detroit Lake and Salem and all that. You go back this way, that's back to Estacada and Portland and all that, and the Clackamas River down there, or one branch of it. So if you live in New York and you're watching this, stay there. If you don't live in Oregon, stay where you are. All right, talk to you later.